Welcome to the Sober Mumblings podcast. As you can tell, I have no
Word.
voice. I'm joined today with T. We're the
What's
two,
up?
yeah, the Two Cups podcast. Cup of Joe, cup of tea. Gotta have both.
And I promise we're sober.
Oh yeah, no, that is the idea here because technically speaking, this podcast was named something different, but then I thought it would be believable, so I didn't do that. But yeah, so basically this stream is just gonna be random casual conversation because with T I don't need topics, he just has them. So like it works. Um so there's just gonna
He has
be
way too
random.
much trust in me.
You say again?
He has way too much trust in me.
Yeah, I do, and I'm not gonna regret it, but I am gonna question it by the end. Let's just go with that. So this is just gonna be
This is a
random
trial
Rocket
run.
League background gameplay because I like at this point it'll be all I can do to figure out what we're talking about. So yeah, all right, let's start this off. Tedrick, your arsenal of ridiculous questions is larger than pretty much anyone's. Like, probably a large continent of people's ability to ask questions. So
hmm
you ask me a wild question with no strings attached. Just have fun with it, and let's see how this conversation goes.
Well, now that we can finally backtrack to the question that I've been meaning to ask for forever, brother, how do you feel about cordless phones and frick Apple and their lightning cable?
Cordless phones and frick Apple
Yes.
and their lightning cable. Apple is not sponsoring this video. Um,
Yeah.
also,
Playing a
sorry,
phone with
Steve
no choice.
Jobs, that we just trashed your company, but it's fine.
Steve has no job because Steve is dead.
Yeah, well, we got that. But anyway, how do I feel about it? Well, here's the thing. I feel like the cord is annoying. I think most people think they're annoying to like, because you constantly have to go buy new ones when you break them. There is way too many different variations of cords and USBs and all
Which is
kinds of
Apple's fault.
yeah, oh no, it's everyone's fault. Like everyone was like, yeah, no. So we're gonna have like HDMI adapters, PC adapters. We're gonna have 50 different types of micro USBs. We're gonna have all this, that, and the other. And then Apple came around and was like, yeah, we're gonna have a Lightning cable, and it charges literally only our things, and it charges all of them. So like, and we're gonna still have two variations of it because the iPad needs a bigger one for some dumb reason. Oh yeah, I bet
The
you
bigger
forgot about the iPad
USB-C.
charger. Bet you forgot about the old iPad chargers. Every single one of you did. Don't even question it.
The
Yeah,
iPad chargers used to charge the iPhones as well.
yeah.
Did they not?
They,
Apple's always been a butthole.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I think that like the idea of USB-C starting to be like, oh yeah, no, we're just literally gonna have all phones are just gonna have this because
A
frickin' we don't need to
universal
deal with
cable cord.
yeah, we don't. That way, no one's house. They won't have to waste resources on it. They can. Each house can just have enough to cover, like, their phone, and then like each person has one, and then you don't need it for like. You don't need a different cord for every device. You only need the ones for. You only need as many as you need to be using actively at the same time. But yeah, no. It's been a long time coming because the amount of people that complain about the idea of a lightning adapter and all that junk. I will say I'm a bit upset at the world for getting rid of the aux port because I will say if we're gonna have cordless phones,
Once
the
again, that was Apple's fault.
yeah,
Mind you, the cordless phone is all conjecture at this point in time.
yes, yes,
Um, but ever since they removed the headphone jack, they this was the idea of their plan because we knew eventually the UK was going to ban the lightning cord or lightning cable
yeah,
because my concept is stupid just to have your own device with or your own
yeah,
charging cable with no functional
yeah,
differences to the universal one.
yeah. I
Um,
will say
so
that if the universal cable is a great idea. But I do think the
that's what
idea of having different cloud systems is not a bad idea because I think it's what separates the corporations and gives and it's not like a monopolistic situation. No one can control everything. There still has to be balance. And so I think the idea of having like iCloud and then Google Drive or whatever they got cloud is okay. Because
If you
frick
had
all
to
those
give a
people who
corporation,
think that iMessage games are worth having. Because they aren't. This coming from a guy who's butthurt at the fact that no one plays them with me, but you know, it's because everyone's too busy
when
playing.
my next phone is an iPhone, I'll play with you, John.
You will. Oh well.
Yeah.
When I switch to Samsung, just to flip it on you, I guess you'll just have to suck
hmm
it. But
It'll be okay.
no.
It'll be okay.
But
If
yeah.
you're going to give any corporation a monopoly, which corporation would you choose?
Yeah, no connotations here, but technically Apple won't let anything like it's harder to pirate on Apple. Just be aware of that. Not that anyone was doing that, but like, let's be honest. Um, it, Android is designed to commit crimes, like straight up, and so is Samsung. But you didn't hear that from me.
Enjoy this.
That was no connotations there at all. No.
Who left? Gosh dang my family.
Hi podcast. He's mad at his
I
family. No.
podcast.
Um.
There's leftover beefaroni. Who doesn't eat all the beefaroni can?
There's a beef. What the frick? What's beefaroni?
It's beefaroni?
All right, I'm gonna get hated for this. I don't care.
Chef Boyardee, baby.
Chef Boyardee. Oh, it's one of those. Okay, now I don't even need to know the rest of that. I just know exactly what it looks like.
You're gonna tap on that.
My mother
What?
has turned my TV on.
Yeah, I can
But I do not have
tell.
one. I,
I gotta please,
I don't
please,
have.
please, for the Lord of God, please let this mute quickly so I don't get copyright claimed. Gosh dang it! I don't even know what's playing.
It's a YouTube video, so it shouldn't be a problem when it comes to
Yeah,
copyright claim.
I don't know anymore because like I got copyright claimed for a song that I thought was royalty free. So, who knows? At this point,
I don't have remote control to my TV, so I can't even turn my TV off, man.
did you tell your mother that she turned on the wrong one?
I think she noticed when it didn't play on her TV.
Okay, so you just can't turn it off.
Not until I find the remote.
Well, that's dumb concept. But you know.
Well, I mean, I just don't know where the off button is on my TV because I don't use my TV.
That's funny. This man has a TV that doesn't get used. Imagine.
I watch anime, son.
Yes.
I don't need a TV. I got my laptop.
Yes, you do.
I like the pixel peep.
Yeah.
No, that's not an appropriate euphemism.
All right.
Corporations.
Yeah.
Monopoly.
Let's not go on that topic for the fear that I might get silenced.
One,
No, I'm joking.
like, there's only one fast food company, period, because they have a monopoly. And I'm not choosing McDonald's because frick
If we had to
McDonald's.
choose, are you saying if I had to choose one?
Yeah. Or like, there's no electronic stores other than Best Buy.
Oh,
Or
so
there's no coffee shops other than Black and White or like Starbucks or Dunkin'.
yeah, no, it would be
Like, if you had
Starbucks.
to give a company.
100%. I would
Oh
not
my
want
gosh.
that. I would not want that. Well, no, we all know it would be Starbucks. By the way, Starbucks is not sponsoring this. Neither is half of what
What
you just
it
said.
would be and what you want are two very different questions, son.
Yes. Okay, but that's a very true statement. So what you're saying is if I had to choose a fast food joint to rule like monopolize the idea of fast food, what would it be?
No, the question was if you had to pick a company, I use fast food as example, or coffee shops, or electronic stores like Best Buy, or hardware stores, only Ace, Frick Tractor Supply, only Ace.
Oh my gosh. Okay, like we're just trashing companies at this point, and here's what's funny: not a single one of them are
that's what I'm
sponsoring.
doing.
So frick this.
My job is to ruin all of John's sponsorship opportunities in one podcast.
Absolutely. Joe's opportunities as sponsors is just going down the drain. And I'm not even going to tell him which one is the only one that matters to me. But no, so as I was saying, the idea of corporations, I don't want to talk about it because I'm like, forget I might get in trouble. But no, let's ask another strange question. Like it didn't take long to cycle through that one, but.
Oh my gosh. What you got for me, John? You said you had another strange question?
I was asking if you had one, but I can come up with one. I am beginning to gain that power-ish.
Which power?
Asking questions that can be mildly discomforting to the people that you are asking them to, but you're shamelessly acting them, and they because of how confident you are in it, they have no choice but to answer. So with that being said, T-Drake, why do you think that eating chocolate is cannibalistic?
Have I ever given you the backstory to that?
No, actually. This is interesting. This is a first that I'm going to get to experience with whoever the one or two people that watch this are.
Yeah. It's my favorite part. Well, I guess I'll give the background information. My favorite party joke is I don't like chocolate because it's cannibalism. And then I pause for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then I hold up my arm and point to the color of my skin, which is graham cracker, not chocolate. But and then I wait and I look them in the eye until they realize, surprise, I'm black. Anyway.
This man's like, oh yeah, no, I if anyone's wondering, the joke is this.
I do this for I think 2 or 3 main reasons. One of the main reasons is I honestly do not like chocolate.
Which is hilarious.
And if I say that, it tastes awful, horrendous, and all of y'all who like chocolate are weird.
Oh, well, bye.
Yes, but I say that because I don't like chocolate, and if I say that, people will remember it because I would prefer for people to remember that I don't like chocolate because everything's chocolate.
Yeah.
Second reason why I do that is it kind of just opens the air a little bit. It's my favorite party joke because after I say that, I can say pretty much anything, and because I said something that they almost did not expect, then it lets me get away scot-free.
In other words,
it sets expectations.
Yeah, well, it does. It also removes the "can I say that" from most people's brains. They're like, can I say that? Is it gonna get caught wrong? As soon as someone opens the door, everyone runs through it. That's just how this works now.
Well, yeah.
But no, I just think it's funny because I don't know how many times that we have made so many of those kinds of jokes, but just with chocolate as the ending of the sentence. So like white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, like it's all kinds of strange.
All different colors, baby.
Yeah, exactly. But when we're referring to chocolate, we're not referring to anything except chocolate. Wink, wink. And so therefore, eating chocolate for him is cannibalism. And so yeah, that's how that came along.
It's a very fun thing to come along.
Yes, it is.
But that is why I say that I don't like chocolate because it is cannibalism.
Exactly. What what you
got?
Do
you think white chocolate is chocolate?
Do I think white chocolate is chocolate? See, here's the problem I have. There's
a white answer.
There is. Well, let me get to the point before I give you the answer so that you'll know that my answer is right, but for the wrong reasons. So I very rarely have had white chocolate. In fact, I believe the only time I've ever had white chocolate, it was because it was white chocolate covered pretzels, and it's literally the most gorgeous taste that you cannot combine pretzels with much. Like peanut butter pretzels you can do. There's not a lot of dipping sauces that I particularly won't like them, but I'll admit some of them just sound weird for pretzels. But like chocolate and pretzels.
I had a pumpkin pie one. It was awful.
Oh God. But I've had very little experience with white chocolate. But I don't think it tastes like chocolate. So like it's funny because when I first had it, I legitimately thought it was just ice cream. Like I just was like, it just tastes like a very weird glorified version of ice cream. They're like, oh, but no, but it's chocolate. I'm like, but I still have no evidence that it is, like, at all. The consistency, maybe, but like you can turn vanilla into that consistency if you do it right. But like, I just think that the idea of ice cream, like it just legitimately tastes like that, and I'm like, okay, so is this chocolate, or have we convinced ourselves this is chocolate? So my answer to that is not chocolate. It's basically like what is it? It's like everyone who drinks lactose-free milk. It's just there to comfort you into thinking it's chocolate.
Lactose-free milk is milk, but you know what?
It's
Almond
no
milk
look.
is not milk.
I'm gonna steal a joke here, and I don't care who knows it. We need to stop milking nuts.
Yes,
stop.
I quite agree with that.
Like, there's too many nut milks. Have you ever thought about the fact that technically, when you drink almond milk, you are drinking nut juice? And if anyone knows where I stole that from, props to you. But I am shamelessly stealing a joke because I don't think it was a joke. I agreed with it. I'm sorry to all you lactose intolerant people, but soy is not a milk. Neither is almonds, neither is cashews. Like, how on God's green earth would you ever consider that milk? It's honestly a version of poison that no one has discovered is poison yet. I'm going to continuously go at the idea of like the ridiculousness of how many freaking dairy-free milk. Like, I'm okay. Like, people, there's lactose intolerance. There's diseases that cause this issue, or whatever you want to put there. However, the genetics, I don't know. I just think that there can, like, okay, cool. Let's just come up with an alternative and let's move on. We don't need 700 different flavors of milk. You want to know why? Because you have never tasted a different flavor of milk from a cow. Never. It's all the same flavor. You have to add stuff to that milk to make it a different flavor. So therefore, if you're really being honest with yourself, are you even drinking milk anymore?
How did cow milk become normal? That's what I want to know.
Because
it's weird to drink human milk. Like, if you poured a bowl of cereal and then put human milk in it, you would be executed.
Yes, because yes. No. You would know that. Like, there should be a punishment for that, because that is not how God intended it. But I also do.
You're wrong. That is in fact how God intended it.
Yes, it is. It is. However, here's the issue I have with it. The idea of human milk being used in foods is actual cannibalism to a certain degree, because if you think about how people treat, like, the idea of drinking milk. With, like, cow milk, another reason, by the way, people don't like dairy is not even because they're lactose intolerant, because they're vegan or, like, environmentally friendly, which, again, no problem with that, as long as you're not absolutely obnoxious about it. But it's when you think about it, like, they're trying to say that milking the cow is unhealthy or whatever, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, I mean, what else are you supposed to do with a cow if you don't eat it? They serve no other purpose to society. They eat grass. They literally do nothing. But my point being is that it's actual cannibalism. But like, also, like, I do actually, on the same question, how did we discover the idea of cow milk? Because I would love to know, like, how that happened. I want to know the first conversation that happened after, like while it was going down. I can just imagine. Like, you got these two dudes. Once again,
think about this. In order to think cow milk wasn't weird, human milk couldn't have been weird.
That is very true. And the funny thing is that it reversed course, and it's now reversing completely. So it went from thinking, oh, yeah, no, human milk's not weird, and, oh, it must not, I guess cow milk's not weird, to now it's like, oh, no, it's weird to do human milk. But for a while, it was like, oh, no, if you did human milk, you were weird, you were seen as a psychopath, because, the process of getting it is just out of the world.
Yeah. How would you mass produce, like, human milk for cereal? I don't think you can, like, eat cereal anymore.
I think we have thoroughly ruined people's appetite, but I'm okay with this. So here's my thing. I don't think you could mass produce it without being one of those Instagram posts where it's like, please save the cows because they're being treated horribly for milk purposes. And I'm thinking, well,
Don't you know there's starving kids in Africa?
Yeah. We do not need to be saying that. No, but no, but like I don't know. I still think like you want to talk about the concept of the milk. Like I want to know where that came from because up until like I want to know like if that was just the second liquid that people ever drank. Because let's be honest here, like
milk. I'm pretty sure milk is the first liquid people drink.
No, water. Water would have definitely been number one.
No. Who came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, okay. Well, okay. Let's just say it this way: if God created, the world as Christians believe, and we're Christian, so we should believe that. Then we should think, well, duh. Like, yes, it is possible, but I also think that like, how else did they like before Eve had the first baby? Like, no one would have discovered milk. Like, not in that sense. It would have just been like, yeah, there's a river over here. Let's just get water. Like.
What's this coming out of me?
Yeah, and then, and then like after Eve had her first child, it just turned into like, oh wait, this happens, and how do I deal with this? Because God, said, by the way, women will now feel excruciating pain in childbirth because you have sinned against a holy God. But either way, you put that.
That's a good argument towards the God created the earth old. Because, there's the whole God created the earth in the 7 days, so it's a young earth. But God didn't create Adam and Eve as babies, so why would we assume that God created the earth as like a young earth?
I am not educated enough on this to be having that, but I mean, you could question.
All right.
I'd say that like, I mean, well, think about it. If he created Adam and Eve, like, we're never really clarified on if they were just children and grew up. I would assume that they were adults, but like, he gave us dominion over the earth. Like, it's just a thing, right? It's in the Bible. But the thing is, if you want to go young Earth, new Earth, there's a whole lot of different.
Everything.
You said what?
We have dominion. We can milk whatever we want.
Literally, apparently we can, because now we've just started milking. No, exactly. It would not surprise me to just see, like, on the news. Oh no, there's by the way, there's also like the concept of like fruit being put into a milk now, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I'm thinking, okay, but like, let's think about this. They're like strawberry flavored milk, okay? Like, I'm okay with that, just like there's chocolate flavored milk. I'm okay with the idea of flavored milk.
Cow.
Yeah, I know. But there was a thing, I don't know how real it was, but it could have been satire. Who knows? There's too much on the internet, and who knows what it means anymore. Where it was like, oh yeah, no, they're starting to milk fruits. I'm like, how can you possibly? It's just juice. It's just juice. That you can't do anything to that process without adding a chemical that is likely going to kill us to it to make strawberries into milk. Like, you just can't. It's just fruit juice. There's literally no difference. So my point being, and also, who the frick would want strawberry milk in their freaking cereal? And if you do, I don't know who created you, but they were wrong.
Tricks are for kids.
Tricks are for kids.
That's why strawberry milk was invented. Because if you're already going to put cereal into your milk and flavor your milk that way, why wouldn't you just pre-flavor your milk?
Pre-flavored milk.
That's what strawberry milk is, right?
It definitely is.
Chocolate milk. Someone had Cocoa Puffs. And it's like, you know what? I want this without the puff.
That is actually no. I don't care what you guys. I don't care what the world says about chocolate milk right this moment. I really want to believe that the concept of chocolate milk legitimately spawned from the idea that you had Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
And then it got chocolatey milk, and someone drank it and said, I want more of this without having to eat the Cocoa Puffs. But I'm willing to bet you that if this is how it actually would have went down, that guy wouldn't have thought of that right away. He would have had moments of time where he just left a bowl of Cocoa Puff cereal in the fridge and then dumped all the cereal out and just drank the milk because he didn't know how else to flavor it, right? So I just think it'd be funny to believe that the concept of chocolate milk just came from the idea that Cocoa Puffs make sure chocolate.
If you use water instead of milk inside your cereal, does that make it like a tea?
Um, I don't know, but it seems like it should.
Are you
Cause like
familiar
I
with the
mean, cause
Great
like,
Soup Debate?
well, think about this. Like, if you put water in your cereal, for one, you're a psychopath. But for two, like, the flavor it would take on would be completely different. I actually don't know, cause like milk is substance. It has more substance to it. So like, when you put chocolate cereal into milk, the milk can actually just adapt to the flavor. But like the water, on the other hand, I know it would adapt to the flavor, but I think because the consistency is different, it would almost be like drinking, um, yeah, I would say tea, because like tea is essentially just watered down, like it's just water that took on the flavor of a tea leaf. It's just like they literally just said, here, we're just gonna shove a leaf into a cup of water, and that was the concept. But yeah, let me wait. What if there was just cereal flavored tea? Like, what the frick? What would that concept?
Let's make this efficient. Let's
Yes.
cut out this cereal nonsense and get straight to what we want.
Hey, I mean,
Tea.
absolutely. At this point, let's talk about what liquids
Quote
you could
some
pour
British
cereal into
person.
and it would change the flavor, and then just ignore putting the
Well, the
cereal in it.
classics is water, apple juice, and orange juice. Those are the three things people use instead of milk inside their cereal, other than like
Okay,
nut
wait,
juice.
no, no,
But
no,
yeah,
no, 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 no. This is news to me. First of all, I would like to make it very clear that I don't know how you live with yourself if you put chocolate cereal into a fruit flavored drink.
no chocolate. Well, you we just came off of a nut juice debate, so
Yes.
what makes apple juice weird?
Um, I mean, apple juice, like, okay, I can't really
Once
see.
again,
Yeah, I can't really see.
nuts.
Yeah, it
You're
is not.
turning nuts into milk, and you have a problem with apples.
I mean, yeah, but I also have a problem with nut juice. So like, I'm just saying. But like, no, what the frick would you do? Like, oh, okay,
Quote John.
okay. Genuine idea for a video now that I might do, or not for a video, but like for a bit, is while I'm streaming, is have a taste test thing. And I legitimately now want to see if I can survive eating apple juice in any flavor of cereal without gagging. Because, like, the consistency would kill me. I also, for some whatever reason, never actually ate cereal with milk. Or with milk. That's a lie. That's all I've ever eaten it with. With water. And to be honest, the concept of that just seems kind of gross. But I just think it'd be funny if just suddenly you hear a man gagging because he had freaking, cereal with apple juice. Like, what cereal could you put in that other than Apple Jacks? Like, I do not know how you could get away with
Cheerios.
that. You said what?
Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, and regular Cheerios. But, like, other than that, like, if you put Trix or, like...
Special K.
You said what?
Special K. Tricks would work in apple juice as well.
Yeah.
What is Tricks? Sugar. What's apple juice? Sugar, apple, water.
Maybe. But the issue is you combine two different... No, the issue is no longer flavor, it's consistency. I mean, that's my point. Like, I think you could get away with Cheerios and, like, Flakes because they kind of just adapt, like, to the
Fruit Loops.
to the
You
ball.
now just made Fruit Punch.
You said what?
Fruit Loops. You now just made Fruit Punch.
That's so true. That is so true. That's what I'm saying. But like, it just seems like a concept is just gross. I mean, people do it obviously. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, if you do it in front of me, I will likely leave because I think I might actually gag from it. But yeah, no, that's a weird concept to think about. Have you ever thought?
There were a lot of concepts.
Let's talk about another juice that doesn't belong with cereal, and that's fruit juice.
Pilk.
Fruit punch. Because fruit punch is a drink that I can eat with breakfast anytime. Like any breakfast, good old egg biscuit, scrambled eggs, maybe some bacon, a good old cup of fruit punch, or it just hits the spot, right? But I could never see myself putting a bowl of cereal down and just dumping fruit juice in it. Like, it just doesn't sound like a good time. Like, it would, like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like if they made bacon flavored cereal. I don't know how I'd feel about dumping milk on bacon. Like, I just don't.
if they made bacon flavored cereal,
Oh no, when, my bad,
if
my bad, when, because we know that's, if it hasn't happened already, which is likely that it has, that it will definitely occur at some point, because people just turn anything into cereal at this point. Hey guys, you want the gorgeous flavor of friggin' donut? No, that's not. That's a normal one. I'm trying to think of a funny fried chicken. Would you love that flavor as little pellets in a bowl with milk and a spoon? Like, how would you get away with that? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. No,
this
you
is
didn't.
being sent here.
Hang on. Hang on. Let's go to... let me do this really quick. For anyone wondering, I'm going to switch something. We're going to change this really quick to...
We can be that dynamic duo, John.
We could. Alright. Here's the thing that I just got sent. Poop like a champion. Healthy choice ultra fiber cereal. Let's see what this does to me. If this is a virus,
Bro,
I'm fighting you. Oh my god.
it's a
Ultra
link to
fiber
Amazon.
cereal. It is. Is this what is this supposed to be? Is it just breakfast flavored cereal?
It's just fiber cereal. There's a chicken and waffle. Maple bacon sugar.
What the frick?
Interesting.
There's more than one of these? Wait. What? Cinnamon toast, ultra fiber cereal. Wait, it's... But like, what's the flavor? Is it just like...
It's grape poop. It's the flavor of having a grape poop. Some would say even
I hate this
poop.
concept so much, but like, I don't know how I feel about this, honestly, but I guess I'm okay with this. I guess I have to be okay with this. Okay, wait, no, this isn't real. Maple bacon donut what? Okay, Post, sorry to tell you this, but nobody asked. Honey Bunches of Oat, nobody asked. If this is a real thing, then I don't know how, like, nobody asked. Like, if somebody, by the way, if somebody did ask, they are wrong. They just, yeah, no. Like, that is so horrible. Like, chicken and waffles, the concept of that in a cereal sounds like it could be good. Because, like, I don't know, you kind of already drink, like, you put syrup and stuff in it. But maple bacon donut with the, chicken and waffles. Like, what? Who did this? And I want to know why they did this. Because, like, this just seems like a bad idea.
There were many bad ideas, John.
There are so many bad ideas in this world. Like, but we still, for some reason, do them. But no. Anyway, yeah. Just, I don't know. That's a weird concept. Let's see. I got a question. No, well, let's see what your question is first. Or did you already ask one?
About the milk?
Oh, no. No, that came from a rant from somewhere else. Oh, no, I know what it was, because we were talking about chocolate and then chocolate milk. Yeah. No, do you have another whack question? Because we're kind of fast-tracking these a little bit. I'm trying to see. Yeah. That one was a bit longer of a trail.
Have you heard of the great soup debate?
No, please enlighten me.
Wonderful. What is a soup? Is cereal a soup? Does the ocean count as soup? Because, it's raw, so liquid. It's got meat because it has sea life, and then it has like greens like seaweed.
And then
so
salt.
The ocean is soup by definition.
Then salt.
And salt.
Oh my god! Wait, that's so upsetting. Okay, but like, here's a concept. Have you ever thought about the fact that Earth is a bowl shape, essentially, like with not bowl shape. It's round.
Flat earther.
It's round But, like, it's carrying water in, like, the form of a bowl shape in some way, shape, or form. The oceans are just water in a bigger bowl. All right, but, like, God was like, yeah, so I'm gonna essentially just create a big bowl of soup, and then I'm gonna stick, like, a broth, and I'm gonna stick, like, plant life and junk in it, and then, like, the land is literally just like the tomatoes and crud that he sticks in it, right? Because, like, you know, you gotta have, like, when you
So
eat
what you're
soup, it's
saying
not
is
just
we are
liquid.
all soup. Soup is
Yes,
everything. Soup is
yes.
all.
God created a bowl of soup. That's what this is. Um, I actually very like I very very much enjoy the concept of turning, like, genuine, like, conversations into, like, what did God define this as? Like, no, but, like, you're talking about
Soup.
this great soup debate, right? What do
Mm-hmm.
you think defines it? Like, do you think cereal is a soup? Do you think the ocean is soup?
Hmm. I define soup as um, a food that you cook in liquid
Oh, okay. But you have to cook it.
and eat with the layer. Yes, you have to cook it for it to be soup.
So
So I
therefore
don't think
cereal.
cereal is soup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
but and I don't think oatmeal counts as a soup because there's not enough liquid in it. It's not a consistency
Yeah, and neither is
of soup.
grits, for anyone wondering.
Yeah, so that's why I separate. Well, is stew soup? Well, stew is like a more liquidy porridge, which porridge I would also say is not soup.
I
So
would
I would
say that
say
stew is more like,
it's a
well
subcategory of soup.
no, I think I would say that stew is more you cooked food and then put, like you cooked food in broth. Therefore, the broth now is engrossed in the food flavor, and the food flavor is now engrossed, or is now, like, part is flavored in the broth. So in
You
essentially
cooked it
what
in
you
broth,
do,
so it's a soup.
yeah, exactly. But the stew, in my opinion, is more of a meal, like beef stew or stew beef, depending on the kind of people you are. Like, all kinds of different stews, in my opinion. Like, soup to me is like a bowl of oh yeah, we cooked soup, you know.
Broccoli and cheddar.
But it's more lightweight. It's tends to
Potato.
be yeah. But, like, stew,
Well,
on
that's
the other
because you
hand, I
cooked in
feel
a
has
liquid,
more.
and liquids seem to be lightweight.
Well, no, I mean, like what when you, like, for example, chicken noodle soup, same thing. Is that, like, it's a soup,
Hmm.
but it's like it's got light, like, chicken
Once
and
again,
noodle. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I
Actually,
categorize that as the reason why it's lightweight is because you cook it in liquid. The
okay.
liquid is what makes it seem
So
like a
what would you
lightweight.
classify as
So
stew as?
I would say stew is a subcategory of soup
Soup. Okay.
because it's still liquid-y, but it's just less liquidy.
It has more
Because
chunk.
mhm, it's like very chunky soup.
Oh, okay.
Because at the end of the day, you would still eat it with a spoon and slurp the broth. It just has larger chunks in it.
Exactly. By the way, if you don't eat
Hmm.
chicken noodle soup with a spoon, um, you're me. That's what you are.
Yeah, because think about a really chunky potato soup. You wouldn't call it a stew,
No, you wouldn't.
even though it's the same concept.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you
I think
still, it's
that,
guaranteed a soup.
yeah, that's a strange debate,
Um,
actually.
well, I
Well,
would not
that's
say
another
the
thing I was.
cook thing is a key
Okay,
aspect.
how
Because the
like,
ocean is not a soup because you didn't cook the ocean.
yeah, exactly. Although the sun's doing a good job of that. No, but, like, the thing I have is that you have the another debate that could be interesting would be, like, when does it, like, at what point do you classify, like, the differences between a fried potato is a fry and a baked potato, baked right with, like, thin enough as a chip. All right, have we ever thought about, like, how at what point does a fry become just a very different shaped chip, like, cuz, like,
Oh,
you've
I'm
got
very
some,
familiar with the forms of potatoes.
you said what?
I'm very familiar with the form of potatoes.
Yes. Like, for example, you get a good Bojangles fry and it's just literally crunch. There is no, like, potato inside of it. Would you classify
Hmm.
that as a fry or a chip?
I would classify that as a fry. Because the whole point of chips is chips have to be flat. There's no such thing as flat fries.
That is true. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not when they
Curly
come
fries.
out. No, like I would agree, but then you have like veggie straws, which look like
Veggies.
fries, but but like they're chips. But then there's also like those
Veggie straws are called chips for a reason because they're straw shaped,
well, yeah,
and they're
but
also
there's
like
also
not a form
like
of potatoes.
there's also like just dried fries that like they just basically like it's in the form of it looks like a fry but it feels like a chip. And so like it's essentially a chip. Like everything about it is it's a baked potato like piece, but it's just shaped like a fry. And so what would you I mean it's a chip by default and it looks like a fry, but at what point does the chip have to be flat? Because the consistency I think is important.
Um.
Because you
So
would
it's a potato.
classify Cheetos as a chip, right?
Well, mind you, uh, it all depends on whether or not we're saying
Strictly of the forms of potato.
Oh, okay.
Because when you're talking about things that are not potato, whether or not it's a chip or a fry, it turns
That's
into
true.
something completely else.
That is very true.
Because potatoes need to be sliced in for them to be classified as a chip. But if we mash something else into a fry shape, we don't make it a fry.
That's true.
It doesn't make it a fry.
And
Fries
plus,
are
I think the
strictly
concept, by
potatoes.
the way, the concept of a fry is that it's fried. Like, a chip is baked, like straight up. If you fry, I mean, you could fry a chip,
Yeah, you
but
can fry chips. They like banana chips.
it just wouldn't. It would have the flavor and like it would simply, to me, it seems like it would
Lay's?
just taste like a fry, in chip form, but it wouldn't be because it would
No.
still be just an absolute like thin piece of thing. But I think like if you tried to
You,
fry a
you,
thin potato, it would just turn into a fry. It would just
no,
become.
no, no. It would still be a chips because tortilla chips are made by frying. So if you did the same concept for potatoes, you could fry a whole bunch of things.
Oh,
And I
okay.
also think most potato chips are fried because there's a whole category of Lay's chips that is just baked.
That is true. That is very true. Actually, I
So
didn't
that
think
means
about
that
it.
they should have another method other than just baking them all.
That is very true, actually, because I didn't realize until just now that like the idea of Lay's like plain chips being so greasy is because they're fried versus the baked just not being
Hmm.
quite as greasy. I guess I don't know how. Like to me, it's that way. That's why I eat baked chips. In fact, I have those right now. I'm just not eating them because I don't want to make the
John, what
crunch
is
sound.
your favorite chip?
That's a good question because I think it varies over time. I'm a big fan of like I like I'm bland as frick. So like I got bakes. I got Lay's original baked. I've got Pringles original. Ruffles original. Like basically the plain version of every chip I'll eat. I'll eat Doritos. I'll eat like nacho cheese because that is the default for Dorito, and I don't know exactly why people think Cool
My
Ranch.
bland brother in Christ.
Yes, yes. I keep all that flavor for the savior, if you know what I mean.
Poked.
Bland food, flavorful spiritual walk. Because that's how that works. It is. By the way, that is just full disclosure. That is not how that works.
Oh
I
my
just
God.
think it's funny to
No, no,
make
no.
that
That's
joke.
exactly how that works. Everyone, keep your flavor for the Savior.
Yes.
The flavor of your soul, which is not a soup either. I'm sorry, John. Your soul is not a soup.
Although sometimes it feels like it, but you know.
It feels like a soup.
Oh no, that's my bad. Not soul and heart are very different things. But anyway, all right.
Heart soup.
Concept completed.
On the great soup debate.
Yes, yes.
It's infamous, not as infamous as is a hot dog a sandwich, or the problem with the hot dog ratio, why there's never enough hot dog buns for the hot dogs.
Oh no. Okay, so that is a debate, but I want to do that debate, but with like Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and really just any chicken sandwich. Have you ever noticed that unless it's a perfectly round, and even then sometimes it's not, a perfectly round chicken patty, like something similar to how like McDonald's does their chicken sandwiches, or like, yeah, that's the only time it's ever proportioned the right size. Because like if you get Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich, not sponsored. PDQ's chicken sandwiches, also not sponsored. All of them like that. They're just chicken fillets that they fried, threw on a piece of bread, and then moved on with. But you eat the chicken sandwich, and you either have way too much bread left over because you ate too much of the chicken at the beginning, or you have not enough bread because you ate all of it at the beginning. And then you're just left with what's left with just mess that you're just like, do I want to eat that? Because it's literally just not a sandwich. It's just like eating the edge of a piece of toast. Like it's just, yeah, I can do it, but like, it's so little left. It's, I'll do it for the kids in Africa. That's about it. No, I won't waste food.
Yes. Continue this. I am all teams land or Chick-fil-A. Not because they're anti-gay, because everyone should be anti-gay. Moving on swiftly.
Oof. Well, I'm down the drain now.
I'm mad
Let's go.
Because Chick-fil-A is not a fried chicken establishment. So in the first place, how did they get here? How did they get here?
How did Chick-fil-A get to a fried chicken establishment?
Dude, have no, it's not a fried chicken establishment. It is not a fried chicken establishment. Who decided that we're gonna stop making fried chicken fried? This is like breaded chicken patties. Like you can't get chicken on the bone at Chick-fil-A at all. And all they sell is chicken. How did they get here? The unholy, unrighteous bricks.
I mean, that's the same thing with PDQ. It's just their main item is chicken, and it's not a
Big deer
single thing
quail,
you can get
PDQ.
on the bone. Huh?
Which is ridiculous to me. Why?
Okay,
make fried chicken again.
So the idea of fried chicken, like what you're thinking of Southern style fried chicken, that's why it's different. It's because Southern style. Like we from down here in the South, that chicken. Like that kind of fried chicken, like Mama's fried chicken that like you always had at like luncheons after church, or the church had for lunch, like
regular fried
Southern
chicken.
Baptist,
That's
fried chicken. That, by the way, for anyone wondering, that is real fried chicken. If you have never had Mama's fried chicken, like Southern Mama's fried chicken, that like, and I don't mean like what KFC puts in a bucket. I mean like genuinely like. This junk is good, finger licking good, but puts Colonel Sanders to shame kind of crud. Like, not sponsored.
Licks Colonel Sanders' fingers.
Yeah. It makes it. Anyway, my point being is that that's real fried chicken, and therefore, if you've never actually had it, you would never think twice about the idea that Chick-fil-A or PDQ is not a real fried chicken establishment, because you for the life of you, fried chicken patties is like, oh yeah, this is fried chicken. It's like, no. That is not fried chicken. That's what they had left over after Mama's dinner that no one wanted, so they just put it into another fryer, and then that happened. I mean, it's good, but like it's compared to that, it's subpar. But you can't really compare it because it's not fast food, and that's exactly why they're fried chicken establishments without fried chicken. Because like you could try to say KFC is fast food, but let me tell you that it is not fast food. It is a joke, because their food when it's fast is not good, but when you order like a big bucket, yeah, it's much better. Like you get real chicken. And even then, if you compare it to like Smithfields, I would say that Smithfields is definitely the better choice for like more Southern style fried chicken, just because I think to me Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC is just. It's a more, how do I say this? It has more features of a, like, its sister companies with Taco Bell. I guess that's all I could put. Like, Smithfields to me, well, I guess Smithfields to me is not really fast food either. It's more like a restaurant that, like, it would remind me a lot of what you used to think of, like, Highway 55 diners and bars. I honestly think, like
Highway 55.
Smithfields
dive bars is what they call.
I think Smithfields is more like a diner than it has ever been fast food, and I honestly think that like if you go there, you get you're gonna get better food. Just it's gonna take a bit longer. But like I think for the same reason KFC is like considered fast food is that I think it's just like I said, it's opinionated because technically I would also eat KFC's fried chicken. I just wouldn't eat their other things like I've tried doing. By the way, the next time you force me to go to KFC, Tedrick, I'm getting actual fried chicken. Frick that chicken strip mess. it is not real chicken. It's the
We should have doubled down and got the mac and cheese and chicken. That's what we should have done.
We could, but like I also want.
Well, I don't think that was there when we went there. There was no, maybe my little sister was there. Me and my little sister went to KFC just because we wanted to try their new mac and cheese bowl.
No, I was there. The Sunday that we went with Gabe, is you mentioned you wanted to get that.
And then I didn't.
And then you didn't. Is somebody in there? Cause
it's really good though. My sister is yelling at me to put the egg casserole back.
Oh.
We have very nice white friends.
Nice. But yeah.
Yeah. Holy smokes. I'm hungry, so now I'm eating eggs since we were talking about chicken so often.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, I haven't eaten dinner, like, at all. And I'm very
much... you're just eating that chicken sandwich.
What, Timothy? Hang on. This is interesting.
So brother,
gotta get some things figured out really quick. How long has this podcast gone on? 51 minutes. 51 minutes. I just read the hype out of context. That's good. Oh, did she text me? Oh, wait, what?
Who's Desert Sun?
That's Narisa.
Yep. I don't
Did you say that Mom asked you, Timothy? Oh, okay. Why didn't she just text me? Okay, well. Anyway, she's working, but no, yeah. So we're yeah, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. The conversations now are just starting to fall apart. Cedric, you should have sent those cereal ideas to the memes channel, because I think that would have just been funny as a meme. No, but
I was wondering which place do it.
Yeah. No, but we're talking, like, you know. Anyway. Alright, one last question before I decide to throw this podcast down the drain. For the night. Or for this episode. More serious connotation. Ask a serious question. Let's get down to business. Let's be real human beings rather than internet people. Let's hear a good serious. Well, let me rephrase that. A Tedric version of a serious question. Because like it still lightens the mood, but the Tedric version of it. Also, there's a lot of feedback from your mic that I can hear myself through. So I don't know what that's about. But it wasn't there until recently, so I don't know what you did. Whether you're just closer to your mic or your phone is, you know.
Well, there's been no changes on my end.
Have you, wait, is your mic, are you using your computer mic?
No, I've been mobile. I cleaned some Coca-Cola out of my fridge, and was moving.
Is it laying on something?
My phone?
Yeah.
The counter.
Yeah, that might be it. It's a hard surface. If you put it on a soft surface, or either like on a towel, I think it might be better.
I switched to my phone so I can get the Bluetooth working, so it wouldn't even be that.
Okay, well anyway. It could be that it's backfiring because the ear microphone can hear the sound. I don't know. But anyway, it's not too bad. Hopefully it won't be heard on the stream too much.
Maybe.
No, but let's hear a Tedric more serious aimed question.
What are your streaming plans, brother?
What are my streaming plans?
Streaming plans? Yeah.
Okay. Well, as of right now, I guess it's a good question to answer on stream. For people wondering, I don't have a stream schedule currently because I'm in between jobs and I need to kind of establish more of a work schedule before a stream schedule. So I'm just kind of like aimlessly streaming. I kind of tend to try and keep them in the evenings, but if I start working evenings, it's going to start turning to more late nights or early mornings or mid afternoons or weekends, depending on how it all goes down. But as of right now, my upload schedule is trying to develop. On YouTube for VODs, for anyone who's watching this later or whoever has found my channel even in the stream, Joebro has the clips, and there's Joebro has the VODs and the podcasts, and Joebro's clips, which only has a current one video because I haven't really had the motivation to edit more clips and upload them. That will be where I upload either short videos, clips, 30-second clips, 10-minute compilations, whatever you put there. That's hopefully where it's going to go once I have motivation to do so and learn more simply how to do it. But as far as streaming goes, I don't really have one. As of right now, my YouTube upload schedule is Saturdays, SMP streams. I forgot to do one for this weekend, so I need to do one very soon. Luckily, I have time. And then this podcast episode is actually being recorded only a day before it was uploaded, which will be Tuesday, because that's when I'm trying to keep my podcast stream uploads put out, is Tuesdays at 5 or 6. I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern time, I'm uploading Rocket League episodes, which I have one backed up that I'm going to upload this weekend, I think. If not, I don't. I need to do one soon. And then Saturdays, SMP, and then Mondays at 5 p.m. is the Minecraft Minigame Mondays. So as soon as me and Q get back on it, we are going to end up streaming more and more stuff.
Well,
Hang on one second. Okay. I gotta respond to this text.
Well, that was John's stream schedule. It's very handy to know. Very curious what streamers that John watches and wants to base his content off of. It's gonna be interesting.
You said what now?
Finish your text, brother.
I did.
Oh, okay. That's your stream schedule.
That's my YouTube upload schedule, not my stream schedule.
That's fair. But who are you trying to base who is your favorite streamer / YouTuber? And what are you basing your ideas of how you should do this off of? Who's your inspiration?
So that's a good question. So for context, I don't do a lot of stream watching. And I did a while ago. Most of the streams I watch now are esports. But I will say, a while back, it was very much. I like to do more, like the J Schlatt squad, where I kind of just stream with a bunch of people that make it more entertaining, and then we goof off, and that's just kind of the stream ideas. That whole group of people that used to do it more and more, they still do, but it's not quite the same. But my point being that was the group I used to watch the most. As far as gaming streamers, Rocket League streamers, I don't really have any that I watch that I base it off of. But I will say that probably my favorites are people like Arsenal from Space Station and
streamers.
Your mic is not
with
having
Technoblade, right? Oh well, frick. Define having it.
Okay, it came back now. It was that whatever you were saying for a minute was just not registering.
Slat was a part of the SMP with Technoblade, right? That was his streaming group.
No, Slat was a part of the group. If he was, I didn't remember this. I don't think he was a part of the Technoblade one. But I know they had an SMP with Carson.
The Dream Team.
Was that what it was? I don't know. Again, I didn't pay too much attention to that one. I was more into their Oh, okay. I don't know. My brother's trying to tell me, and I can't comprehend it at the moment. So I think the concept of the stream, me basing it off of, it's mainly now like Q and I are more stream partnering than we were, like than I had before, where I didn't really have a partner. So most of my schedule right now is gonna bend to fit hers, so that she can do more, use this for college, and so that I can, have a co-host that I can rely on, or co-host, or like a stream co-leader or co-streamer, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't consider her second in command here, because to be honest, I'm just like, here, you tell me what we're gonna do, we're gonna do it. Because I mean, like I said, I'm streaming because I enjoy it, and with another person makes it more fun, especially when I'm not quite as entertaining on my own. But no, stream scheduling based off of other people. I like to have the names of the week line up with what, like for example, Minecraft minigames Mondays, SMP Saturdays. I don't really have a reason for Rocket League being on Fridays other than just it's just the end of the week kind of streaming. It's more casual, I guess, and a lot of people are
What do you
winding
enjoy
down.
about streaming?
Huh?
What do you enjoy about streaming and YouTube?
Streaming on Twitch. I really like the idea of streaming mainly because it like I don't have like everything on the stream world has already been done as far as like what you can do with the stream, and so everyone kind of just follows the same path. But I think just the variety, the personalities on there, like when you stream, you like other people get to watch how you're a personality. They're watching for you. Like most people don't watch content now for the gameplay. They watch content for the personalities. And I like that. I like that much more than watching for content, because or for game content, gameplay, not content, gameplay rather than personality. Because I think what it does is instead of everyone just playing games and trying to be more like tutorial based or like playthrough based, they're really more, I'm doing this, but my personality while I'm streaming is what brings people to them. And the more genuine the personality, the more I'm apt to actually watch it and enjoy it usually, because I'm like, okay, this person isn't like, if like obviously that there's pressure because you have an audience to please, but those who stay genuine even when that audience is going at them for not adapting to however streaming needs to go, and just continues to be genuine, usually they're the ones with less pressure on. They don't get burnt out quite as easily, because they're not there for the pleasure of others. They're there for a good time. And so YouTube, on the other hand, I'm only doing it because like if people don't miss out on a stream, they can go back and watch it. It's more just for replayability value. But yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to stream a while. Hold up. Say again, your mic.
I said, and that's why you have a schedule for YouTube and not for streaming, because you care less about YouTube, and anything can be your YouTube schedule.
Yeah. I need to get more of a stream schedule for Twitch, because then people will know when to actually start viewing the stream, because they'll be like, oh, he must be streaming. It's this time of this day, or whatever. But and if I don't, then I can be held accountable by whoever chooses to ask. But the other thing about streaming, I think, is that like I've wanted to be a streamer since I knew the concept of it. Like I never really had a purpose for it. I just found it as like, okay, well, if I'm gonna play video games, and I already have more of an entertaining personality if I choose it to be so. At least I think. I would hope. But I decided, well, I mean, might as well combine it, make it more fun, have an audience, maybe be able to interact more. For now, until I don't plan on getting too big. In fact, I think the bigger I get, the less likely I will be to stick around. Just because fame is not really why I want to do it, and therefore I think the more famous I become, the less motivated I'll become. There'll be a sweet spot I'll hit where I'm mid ground, where I'll have enough to be making money on it, but not enough to be under pressure by as much. Obviously everyone's under pressure by this at TOS and cancel culture, but it won't quite be as effective on a smaller, less known to streamer, I guess. And so that kind of stuff it makes it more fun that way when you're not quite as big. You have your favorite, like, your people or your audience, as well as some of the more random people that just swing by for a good time every once in a while. But like most of the time, the streaming is just for my entertainment and whoever chooses to be entertained by it. But yeah.
You enjoy entertainment.
Oop, oh, keep talking.
You enjoy entertainment.
Yes. Okay. So when you start talking, like noise will happen and it won't be heard for a split second. So like you have to kind of, I'll let you know when your mic sets
I
in.
have to hum and then start my
I'll let you know when your
sentence.
mic gets in. Which once you've talked recently, it usually is fine. So.
Yeah, it's probably the noise suppressor.
No, I think it's the fact that I'm talking and it hears it in your microphone, and so it's picking up both at the same time.
That would be interesting.
But yeah, no. So that was a good question, and I think.
Where do you see your stream being? Where do you see your stream
Where
being?
do I see my stream being?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I kind of answered this question with the like, I don't want to be too famous. I think the main thing for me is it'll be a more casual thing to do. I can do on, like, you know, I don't want it to grow. I want to use it as a platform mainly for entertainment and also for sharing truth and like.
And you see it becoming this?
Again, I don't see it being a big deal. Like, I don't see myself going into a like full-time streamer mode, which is exactly why there's really kind of a lost schedule on it. But yeah, no, me and Q specifically kind of talked about how we want to use this as more of a good time, and she can use it for college, but we also want to use it for like sharing the gospel if we can. You know, obviously it won't be like pushing the idea, at least not attempting to. We'll just, like, for example, episode 2 of this podcast was uploaded, we literally just read through scripture and made like jokes about how it sounds and then versus how it is. But then at the end we were talking about how, like, no, this is serious stuff. Like, we made a lot of jokes, we had a good time, but this is serious stuff. But like, while we're streaming Minecraft, like, if we bring it up, it'll just be very, a good time to talk about it. But most of the time we're not going to do it too big of a deal, I don't think. Like, it's just another way to kind of be on mission for God, really. But like I said, I have way different plans for my life than streaming. I just use this as more of I do this for entertainment, for my entertainment, for the people who choose to be entertained by it. So yeah. Huh?
It's a nice hobby.
Yeah, it is. It's better than some of the ones
that's it for
I did
have. Women. Moving on.
That makes me sound like I get some on a regular basis. No, I'm Christian. I do believe that sex outside of marriage is wrong. Don't say women outside of context, bro.
You hear that disclaimer, ladies? He's a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman, but I'm not a gentleman, if you know what I mean. That also does not have good connotations. Let me rephrase. I'm a bully. Not really, but like I could be. Like, I don't know. We're just gonna stop. Random noise to reset the comedic value of this stream.
He's nervous.
Frick you, T. What have you done? This is the bad tasting part of his cup. He likes his coffee black, but he's talking to a milk and sugar coffee cup. Anyway.
Milk, sugar, and water. Cup of Joe.
Yeah, cup of Joe. I'm sweet, sour, and I leave a weird feeling in your stomach.
I'm so glad you didn't say mouth, brother.
Yeah, no, because that would have been weird. No. I leave a weird feeling in your stomach, and what's the word I'm looking for? And I may or may not energize you, and I'm definitely not reliable on that, in that way either. So, yeah, exactly. But, yeah, no.
I want to learn how to make a Cuban.
Oh. Okay.
How to
1
make a
hour and
Cuban.
10-minute stream. I think that is good for this episode.
Cuban
We'll
sandwich, Cuban
stream.
coffee.
We'll be streaming this on Tuesday. Give me a second to see the date. Tuesday the 9th of August. We'll be uploading this to YouTube, but it's literally tomorrow for the stream. When the stream was recorded, but yeah. That'll be it for this episode of Sober Mumblings podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Twitch. Link in the description because that's when this was, that's where this was streamed. And if you want a live reaction, join us. Have fun times in the chat. Yeah, I will be seeing you guys in the next episode.